Hello children, welcome back to chemistry class. This is Ganesh, Faculty of Chemical Sciences, Samskrati Gurukul. In last session, we discussed about chemical displacement and chemical double displacement reaction. In today's session, we are going to talk about oxidation and reduction reaction. Let's start today's session. Oxidation and reduction reaction. Let us talk about oxidation and reduction with a small activity. Take some amount of copper metal powder in a china dish and heat it with a Bunsen burner. You notice that the copper metal powder which is present in the china dish, it turns to the black color substance because the reaction has taken place between copper metal and oxygen, which forms copper oxide, CuO. For balancing equation, we should write here 2 and here 2. 2Cu plus O2 is equal to 2CuO. Here copper is a solid metal and oxygen gas. Here copper metal is in brown color. When brown color copper metal burns in air, which produces black colored copper oxide. Black color copper oxide. This reaction is an example of oxidation because in this reaction addition of oxygen atom takes place. So that this is an example of oxidation reaction. Now take CuO, copper oxide. When the copper oxide reacts with hydrogen, when copper oxide solid reacts with hydrogen gas, which forms copper metal and H2O, water. Here, black color copper oxide. When black color copper oxide reacts with hydrogen gas, which forms copper metal as in brown color. This is an example of reduction reaction. It's a reduction reaction, and the above reaction is an example of oxidation reaction. Now let us talk about the definitions of oxidation and reduction. Oxidation means addition of oxygen atoms or removal of hydrogen atoms or increase in oxidation number is called oxidation. I am repeating children. Addition of oxygen atoms or removal of hydrogen atoms or increase in oxidation number is known as oxidation reaction. Next coming to reduction reaction. Reduction means addition of hydrogen atoms or removal of oxygen atoms or decrease in oxidation number is known as reduction reaction. I am repeating. Addition of hydrogen atoms or removal of oxygen atoms or decrease in oxidation number is called reduction. Now let us talk about redox reaction. Redox reaction means the reaction in which both oxidation and reduction takes place. Such reactions are called redox reactions. I am repeating. The reaction in which both oxidation and reduction takes place is known as redox reaction. Here the term redox indicates RED indicates reduction and OS indicates oxidation. So in the chemical reaction both oxidation and reduction takes place. Such reactions are called as redox reactions. For example of redox reactions, reaction between zinc oxide, formula of zinc oxide, get an O, it's a solid. When zinc oxide reacts with carbon metal, carbon solid, which forms zinc metal and CO, carbon monoxide gas. Zinc metal and carbon monoxide. Let us verify this equation. Zinc. Let us write the oxidation states of reactants and products here. Here oxygen oxidation number is -2. Here zinc +2. Here oxidation number of carbon is 0 because oxidation state of elements and molecules is 0. And here zinc oxidation number is 0. Here carbon monoxide, oxygen -2, carbon is +2. Here oxidation number of zinc changes from +2 to 0. Oxidation number of zinc changes from +2 to 0. Here decrease in oxidation number. So decrease in oxidation number is known as reduction reaction. Decrease in oxidation number is called reduction. Next, carbon. Carbon oxidation number changes from 0 to +2. Carbon oxidation number changes from 0 to +2. 0 to +2 means increase in oxidation number. Increase in oxidation number is called oxidation. So in this reaction, zinc oxide. In this reaction, zinc is reduced and carbon is oxidized. I am repeating, children. In this reaction, zinc is reduced. Zinc is reduced and carbon is oxidized. So in this reaction, both oxidation and reduction takes place. Such kind of reactions are called redox reactions. Let us take one more example of redox reaction. MnO2. MnO2 means manganese dioxide. MnO2 plus 4HCl. HCl is hydrochloric acid. And the reaction between manganese dioxide and hydrochloric acid, which forms MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2. Let us verify the equation whether it is a balanced equation or not. Manganese atom is 1 on LHS side. On LHS side, 1 manganese atom is present. Next, oxygen atoms. 2 oxygen atoms on LHS side. On LHS side, 2 oxygen atoms are present. Next, hydrogen atoms on LHS side is 4. On LHS side, 2 into 2, 4 hydrogen atoms are present. Next, chlorine atom. Here, 4 chlorine atoms on LHS side. On LHS side, Cl2, 2 atoms, and here Cl2, 2 plus 2, 4 atoms. So this is the balanced chemical equation because the number of atoms of each element is same on both sides of the equation. Now let us verify whether it is a redox reaction or not. Here manganese oxidation number is +4. This is because we know that oxidation number of oxygen is -2. Here 2 oxygen atoms are present. 2 into -2, -4. Here oxidation number is -4, so that manganese is +4 because chemical compound is a electrically neutral substance. Next, hydrochloric acid. Cl -1. Chlorine oxidation number is -1. Hydrogen +1. In MnCl2, manganese oxidation number is +2. This is because chlorine oxidation number is -1. Here 2 atoms are present, so -2. -2 plus 2. Next, here Cl2 molecule. Oxidation number of molecule is 0. Now let us verify change in oxidation number. Here manganese oxidation number changes from +4 to +2. Manganese oxidation number changes from +4 to +2. This means decrease in oxidation number. Decrease in oxidation number means reduction. Next, chlorine Cl minus oxidation number changes from -1 to 0. Chlorine oxidation number changes from -1 to 0. -1 to 0 means increase in oxidation number. Increase in oxidation number means oxidation. Increase in oxidation number is called oxidation. So in this reaction, manganese dioxide is reduced. Manganese dioxide is reduced and HCl is oxidizing. So that in this reaction both oxidation and reduction takes place. So this is an example of redox reaction. I hope you understand, children. Redox reaction means the reaction in which both oxidation and reduction takes place. Such kind of reactions are called redox reaction. Oxidation means addition of oxygen atom. In the first reaction, oxygen atoms are added to copper metal, which forms copper oxide. So here, oxygen atoms are added to the copper metal. So this is an example of oxidation reaction. Here, hydrogen atoms are added. Addition of hydrogen atoms is called reduction. So in the reaction, both oxidation and reduction takes place. Such kind of reactions are called redox reactions. Now, let us talk about effects of oxidation in common life. Let's talk about effects of oxidation in common life or day-to-day life. You must have observed that when iron particles exposed to the atmospheric gases, those iron particles slowly change their surface. After some days, we observe that brown surface layer present on the iron particles. This is called rusting. Rusting means the slow process of deposition of brown surface layer on iron particles is called rusting. So rusting is an example of oxidation reaction. Not only iron metal, we can also observe the metals like silver and copper. We observe bluish green layer forms on copper particles when they slowly exposed to the atmosphere, and we can also observe black surface layer formed on the silver particles when they exposed to the atmospheric gases. These are all effects of oxidation reaction which we observe in day-to-day life or common life. This is called corrosion. Corrosion means the metals like iron, silver and copper, they react with acids and alkalis and atmospheric gases. Then there is a formation of surface layer on their objects. That phenomena is called as corrosion. Corrosion means the metals like silver, copper and iron, when they slowly react with atmospheric gases, moisture, acids and alkalis, they become tarnished. This phenomenon is known as corrosion of copper. Corrosion. Metals like copper, silver and iron takes place in this process because they are reactive metals. These reactive metals reacts with acids, alkalis and atmospheric gases. Next, we can also observe rancidity. What is meant by rancidity? Rancidity means the food which is made up of oils or fats. The food which is made up of oils or fats that gets spoiled. So we can define in such a way that the food material which is made up of oils or fats, it gets spoiled. The spoiling of food is known as rancidity. It is a kind of oxidation reaction. Is it possible to prevent rancidity? Yes, it is possible to prevent rancidity by adding antioxidants to the food material. Antioxidants means the substances which prevent oxidation process, or the substances which inhibit the process of oxidation is called antioxidants. Example of antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin E. Scientific name of vitamin C, ascorbic acid, and vitamin E, tocopherol. Scientific name of vitamin E, tocopherol. When we add the food material decrease their oxidation state, oxidation process. This is the one way we can prevent rancidity. And before packing the food materials, best example, Lay's packets. Before packing them, those packets are filled with nitrogen gas, because nitrogen is an inert gas which can prevent or which can minimize oxidation process. These are common effects of oxidation which we observe in day-to-day life. So this is today's session, children. In today's session, we discussed about oxidation and reduction and redox reactions and effects which we observed in common life or day-to-day life. This is chemical reactions and equation chapter, children. This chapter has completed. You have to complete testable questions from chemical reactions and equation chapter. I hope you understand this chemical reactions and equation chapter. We'll meet in next session, children. Thank you.